Welcome. You're listening to Sports Econ 101.
Happy New Year, everybody! 2015.
Here we are, baby. This is the show where we discuss sports topics from a business perspective. I'm your host, Edward Brown, along with my co-host, Vern Glenn.
Breaking the Sports Econ 101 cherry for 2015.
2015.
Wow.
And
we made it.
We sure did.
Hello, America.
Let's see. We've been doing this since May of 2013.
Yeah, we're graybeards now. We've been going back that far.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, well, Bruce McGowan was going to be with us, but unfortunately he couldn't make it today.
Bruce on the 3-day hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him
For
about
New
that
Year's
next
Eve.
week. Okay, so what do we do? We're going to be asking sports trivia questions at every commercial break, giving away vacations, the first 3 emails with the correct answer.
Uh-huh.
And let's see here. You can listen to Sports Econ 101 on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Sports Byline USA, and CRN. And today's trivia theme is football flakes.
Football flakes.
Football flakes.
Okay.
We're getting into the playoffs here, so we're going to talk about football flakes.
Let's do it.
This segment of Sports Econ 101 is sponsored by Pacific Private Money, providing mortgage investments that are currently yielding over 8% secured by real estate.
Not 7, not 9.
But over 8%. That's right. Doesn't get any more conservative than that. They've been a good sponsor of Sports Econ 101. We love talking about them. Check them out at pacificprivatemoney.com. We're going to talk about a few things here. Grant Hill talked about Derrick Rose playing hard. Saw a little Sports Illustrated.
Okay, all right.
We'll talk about that. If we have time, we'll talk a little bit about Bob Uecker and Howard Cosell funnies, Colin Kaepernick's contract, and Miami Marlins lineup. They just got Michael Morse.
There you go.
You know, it goes right from
The Beast.
The Beast
In South Florida.
And that's his hometown.
Yeah, there's been a whole lot of free agents, wholesale changes from team to team.
Okay, so we're going to talk about what's going on with the Miami Marlins. Ought to be interesting. Stay with us. You're listening to Sports Econ 101. We will be right back. Homer seems like a very nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually went to school with Paul's sister in college. Brilliant young lady, I'll tell you. Actually, we both went to College of Redmond. We both went to the university.
There you go.
Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Vern Glenn of CBS affiliate KPIX-TV in San Francisco. Bruce McGowan is off today. We're going to cover for him. No special guests, just the special host.
It's just you and me.
And you and me.
And you.
Out there in TV land.
That's right.
And radio land. Okay, so let's... I don't know if you read this Sports Illustrated article about Grant Hill saying... I'm going to read this part here. It said... He understands why Bulls star Derrick Rose paces himself to protect his long-term health. He says, I'm the poster child of someone not being paced, Hill said. The scars mentally and emotionally from being out for those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
To think he can snap his fingers and play with reckless abandonment, it's not going to happen. So that kind of reminds me of, Ken Griffey Jr. Remember how he used to just crash into the walls with reckless abandonment? I mean, fantastic fielder, but gosh darn it, you hated to see him get hurt.
Well, there's 2 ways to play this game. One, just kind of thinking ahead and thinking about the longevity of your career, and the other one is just thinking, just playing and just living in the moment. I mean, if you're playing defense and the ball is close, you got to catch it, go get it. I mean, it's what you paid for, And so I can understand being an outfielder and crashing in the wall and all that kind of stuff. But when you're a little guy, when you're a guard in the NBA, and you're going up inside in those trees, and you're going to get hit, you better check yourself.
Well,
because if you get injured, if you can't play, then it's bad. I mean, you're paid to be on the court. And Grant Hill, again, yeah, he's right. because he had an off-injury career. He's enjoying doing a bunch of
Media
commercials
stuff.
now. Yeah, but I'm sure those are 2 years that he would like to have known. Well, what could have been had I been healthy?
I wonder if the coaches have any influence. Can they really tell a player, don't work, not don't work as hard, but don't play as hard, so to speak?
No, you can't do that because I mean these are elite athletes. I mean they're paid to go at one speed, and that's all out.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I watch a game where, and again, it's kind of second guessing because I'm not in the game at the time. But sometimes you see a guy go to the outfield, and you say, if he would have just jumped,
He would have been able to make the play. Yeah.
And it's like he wouldn't have gotten hurt, but they always have to kind of put their hand against the wall, make sure that with the warning track and all, and that I understand completely. Just kind of wondering, I thought it was very interesting because again, where's the balance? You want to see a guy play hard, but you don't want to see him get hurt.
No, you're right. And if you're playing fantasy baseball and your guy's out there, you're playing him, you don't want him to get hurt either because it goes against you. I mean, and it's in baseball that really is a performance based profession because if you're out of there, the next guy comes in, and if that guy gets hot, starts hitting the bat, guess who sits?
Yeah,
you do.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I was remembering, was it 2010 with the 2010, right? The Giants didn't even have Zito pitch at all. And here's a guy, big contract and all that, but they just said, yeah, you know what, you just don't have it right now, so we're going with the guys who do have it.
Right, we'll take the 4 wins you gave us, and then we'll sit you down, and then carry the load. But hey, he got a playoff share because they won the whole thing.
That's right. And then in 2012, he had a very good game against St. Louis and get him into the World Series. Gotta give him credit.
And
for
that. now he's actually talking comeback.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, Zeke, yeah, been working on Texas. Yeah, he wants to come back. He wants to lock on.
When was the last game he played? You remember?
He was out.
He was out all 2014.
Yeah.
And
so
he was out 2013, right?
No, 2013 was it. Yeah, and then that was
Okay.
and he was gone.
We'll see if he comes back. How old is he?
Early 30s.
Okay, that's
33,
still
4, something like that.
That's still young enough. Okay, let's move on here to Colin Kaepernick's record $126 million contract. So I'm reading an article on this Yahoo, and it's Yahoo, and it says it was a complete sham. It says Colin Kaepernick is not going to get...
It's a sham for other players. It's a sweet deal for the 49ers.
But yeah, well, that's the interesting thing here, because it says he's not going to get all of his $126 million. All right? It says his nightmare season this year, 2014, he could receive as little as $25.5 million, which is still a lot of money, but again, we're comparing it to the $126 million. So the contract he signed gave him a $12 million signing bonus and a 2014 salary of just $645,000. Right? So he was supposed to get his first large salary of almost $12.5 million in the 2015 season. But because of the way the contract was worded, that salary is actually going down to $10 million. All right. Starting next season, Kaepernick's salary goes down $2 million each year if he is not named first or second All-Pro, or if the 49ers don't play in the Super Bowl in the previous season.
Yeah, what a challenge is that to Colin Kaepernick, who, I mean, let's just face it. I mean, he really regressed as a player.
Yeah.
He didn't have the numbers. He didn't produce, and that the 49ers couldn't score in the second half. I mean, it was amazing. They're averaging 4 and 5 points for the second half for the season. I mean, you don't win games like that, And then who knows what the direction of this franchise is going to be for 2015? We won't know for quite some time. We won't know until probably we get close to training camp, when you got the whole new administration in and they try to move forward. I mean, but for Kaepernick, yeah, he'll be your starting quarterback, but man, he's got to work with a guy that's going to make him a better quarterback. Unless somebody shows up and says, well, you know what? Last year they tried to make you somebody that you're not. You use your legs. You're a read option quarterback. You throw only when you have to. You got a rocket arm, and we like that. If you want to have a 7 route, a go route, a deep route, or whatever, fine. The dink and dunk, that's not for you.
Do you think
So we're gonna.
Harbaugh's coming back?
No, hell no. In fact, for this, just for the beauty of this show, as we tape it, Harbaugh could be gone by the time we hit air. Before it.
Yeah. No, that's true because they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Could be gone.
Yeah.
One last thing about Kaepernick's contract. This here, many outlets were reporting that Kaepernick's deal included a record $61 million in, quote, guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that the money was guaranteed only for injury. Each year of the contract, the 49ers can decide to cut Kaepernick before April 1 and will not owe him any money.
How about that?
Boy, I wonder if he kind of like...
Because across the board, NFL contracts are not guaranteed. These guys are playing for pretty much bonus money. That's where the money is, not the base.
No, that's true. Who knows? Maybe he'll get some lucrative signing deal, commercials or something.
Now with the image he's got, commercials, he'll get a little bit of love, but he ain't gonna be doing any State Farm commercials like the Aaron Rodgers of the world.
No, that's true.
Get.
Especially with those tattoos. I don't think they really care for those tattoos in the media, do they?
I don't care whether they're I'm sure they're all biblical tattoos, but biblical, gangster, whatever. Just corporate America, they just they look at tattoos and they're gonna look at you negative.
See, we don't like those tats.
No.
Okay, we're gonna cut to our first commercial break. The theme is football flakes.
Okay.
All right. I called my Hall of Fame coach a plastic man. Actually, no man at all. My first 2 years in the NFL were brilliant as I led my team in rushing and they made the Super Bowl, but I wasn't impressed. In one of the few times I spoke to the press, I wondered, if the Super Bowl is really the ultimate game, how come they're playing it again next year? No one had a good answer. Who am I? All right?
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to read that one more
Okay,
time.
his first 2 years, he led the team in rushing, right?
It says, he led the team in rushing.
Led the team in rushing and
Yeah,
led them
that's
to
right.
the Super Bowl.
That's right. Okay, so again.
And he rarely talked to the media.
That's right. It says here, I called my Hall of Fame coach a plastic man. Actually, no man at all. My first 2 years in the NFL were brilliant as I led my team in rushing and they made the Super Bowl, but I wasn't impressed. In one of the few times I spoke to the press, I wondered, if the Super Bowl is really the ultimate game, how come they're playing it again next year? No one had a good answer. Who am I?
Made the Super Bowl, not won the Super Bowl, made the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
I don't remember if they did definitely win a Super Bowl. I don't remember if they won that year though.
So this guy flavor team
this
that
team has
did win
won
a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay, stay with us. Sports Econ 101. We'll be right back.